If you can't seem to get rid of belly fat and just stubborn fat in general, you are not alone. I understand that little midsection and that bloating can be very, very frustrating, especially as women in general. We feel like we're ugly, we feel like we're not good enough, we just feel insecure altogether. And I want you to understand that losing belly fat is actually not about doing crazy workouts, doing crash diets. It's about beginner-friendly steps and movements and tips to get you towards becoming a healthier person and a healthier version of you. And it's really not as hard as it seems. So stick with me throughout this video and I'm going to help you become a healthier version of you and help you get rid of that stubborn belly fat, okay? So for those of you who do not know who I am Kay, a certified personal trainer and just an overall self-love, self-growth enthusiast. And I understand the struggle of having belly fat, okay? Men might not understand, but for us women, it can be very, very frustrating. And I feel like it is harder to get rid of as a female. I don't know why. That's just my theory. But I found that when I stopped doing those crazy workouts, when I stopped doing crash diets, and when I just overall changed my lifestyle and did simple steps towards it, it helped me and it actually got rid of my belly fat for good because I was able to sustain it. It was actually realistic stuff to do. So I'm like, you know what? In today's video, I want to share some of that, okay? So stick throughout this video. I know you're used to me being with a whiteboard beside me, but in today's video, and I'm probably going to do this for the next ones too, sometime throughout this video I'm going to have a screenshotable thing that you can screenshot of an overview of today's lesson. So I'm going to be saying it, but I'm also going to give you guys a screenshot of the stuff we went over. So that way, you know, if you miss some things, you have something to screenshot and look back on for yourself. So you don't have to take notes if you don't want to, but you can also. I would suggest taking notes. But anyways, let's first get into this video. So the first thing I want you guys to focus on when it comes to belly fat in general is to understand that what you are consuming and what you are eating really, really matters, okay? It matters more than you understand and what you think. Calories in versus calories out, yes, that does matter too. Calorie deficit is great, it's amazing, but you can't spend your whole life in a calorie deficit. So that's why I always tell my people to focus on what you are consuming and focus on eating a healthier diet. Focus on getting your protein in. Focus on eating 3 meals a day and focus on controlling your portions other than just like trying to eat in a calorie deficit, because like I said, a calorie deficit can't last forever. And I feel like when you live your life in a calorie deficit, that can slowly create eating disorders in a way, because all you know is eating less than what you're burning off. I want you guys to portion your plates, okay? What helped me was I got smaller plates. For example, like, I know it sounds cliche, but that really helped. What I did was, even if it was just paper plates, I would not do super humongous plates, because honestly speaking, if it's a big plate, in my head, I'm just going to want to fill the whole thing up just because. So I got smaller plates, not super tiny plates, but the average size plates. And I just filled it up where I had a healthy protein, veggies, and a healthy carb. Some days I wasn't doing carbs all the time, but if I was doing carbs, I would do sweet potatoes, I would do brown rice, and what's it called? It's called quinoa rice. I can never pronounce that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Cauliflower rice too. I tried to stay away from white rice because it's just really heavy on me in general, but fiber and protein are the two main things that you need to focus on, and that's like one of the two best things. The reason why fiber is important, fiber / veggies, is because it keeps you full for a longer period of time, right? So that's going to keep you full throughout the day, so you're not going to feel the need to snack all the time. And when I say keeping you full, it's not going to keep you full to the point where you're feeling stuffed and disgusting. It's going to be full to where you're feeling nourished and you're feeling like, okay, I'm not hungry right now. You know, a lot of us are not used to not being hungry, but not being stuffed. You know what I'm trying to say? It's such thing as being full without being stuffed. So that's going to keep you full. And protein helps you build muscle. And what does muscle do? Muscle burns fat. So you want to like consume protein. A lot of people think, and I used to think in the beginning of my journey too, I used to think that eating too much protein was going to make me bulky and make me big. So I thought I just needed to eat like a bunch of lettuce, a bunch of vegetables. And that's not really the truth. Like, yes, you need vegetables, but you also need a healthy protein on the side too. When I say protein, that does not mean you're going to be frying the protein. That does not mean just because Chick-fil-A has chicken that you're going to be eating that type of chicken, because that chicken has a lot of grease. Those, not burgers, we're not doing those. When I say protein, I'm talking about grilled or baked chicken, grilled or baked salmon, eggs, yogurt even. Those are great. That's a great source of protein, and it's also a great snack, or even a breakfast option if you're a type of person that likes something super light for breakfast. Those are amazing options. Now, I do suggest not skipping meals only because a lot of times when we skip meals, we're more prone to getting super hungry at the end of the day. And then what are we going to do? Usually at night, let's be honest, we don't have energy to cook. We're not going to have energy to do any of that. So what are we going to do instead? We are instead going to binge eat on a bunch of snacks, okay? But if we eat meals throughout the day when we have energy to actually cook the meals or energy to get our meals together, we are not going to be more prone to snacking at the end of the day on a bunch of sugar and a bunch of cakes and sodas and stuff like that. So make sure you are consuming your meals throughout the day. I'm not saying force yourself to eat, but if you're hungry, make that meal. I set an alarm for every 3 to 4 hours, and that's when I need to be eating. Especially if we're going to be working out on top of all this, okay? So we're going to be naturally more hungry. Now, speaking of workouts, that leads me into the next thing, movement. You want to focus on simple, steady movements. If you are a beginner, it does not have to be super intense, okay? A lot of people get intimidated when it comes to working out because they think that they have to do something super duper intense to see results, when that's honestly just not true. And you know why I'm saying this? Because I did that before too. When I first started my journey, and up until maybe recently, I thought I had to do super intense stuff every single day to see results or to maintain my results, when that's just not true at all. In fact, you'll see the most results when you stick to simple things and you listen to your body and don't overwork yourself. That is so important. I'm going to talk more about the overworking yourself at the end of this video, but we're talking about the workouts you need to do. So if you're not overworking yourself, if we're not doing anything super intense, then what can we do? It's okay if you start off with just doing something simple as just walking, especially if you're a beginner. If you clicked on this video, you might be a beginner, right? I don't want you to jump right into doing something super intense, to doing something super, exhausting, because when you do that, you're more prone to your body might not respond the best to that. I want you to ease your way into it. This is a fitness journey. It's a lifestyle change. So I would suggest, if I could go back and start my journey over, I would start off with simple stuff. So I would start off with walking. I want you guys to try to walk 30 minutes a day at least, or 20 minutes a day, but really get the walking in. Even if it's not every single day, try to make walking a part of your week. So you're walking most of the week, right? Even if it's not outside, I would really invest in a walking pad treadmill. They have some on TikTok Shop. But if you want to walk outside, you can walk outside. They have, I have workouts on my YouTube page where it's like walking in place workouts. But I always recommend like getting a treadmill walking pad or something like that. You can walk for 30 minutes. Even if you don't have it in you to be able to do the incline right now, that is okay. Still get your body used to the movement of walking and stuff like that. Walking is like one of the #1 things for burning fat. I didn't know this at first. I thought if I wanted to burn fat, I had to do like intense running or intense cardio. Yes, those workouts do help. That's still a form of cardio, but walking, don't count that out. That's still a form of cardio, and that's still a way to lose fat, okay? Don't think that just because something is simple, it's not effective, because that is just not true. Some of the most effective things are the most simple things. Walking, body weight workouts. Even if you want to add weight to your workouts, you don't have to do anything super duper intense. So I have an example for my people, my ladies who don't have dumbbells or don't have equipment, because let's be honest, if you are a beginner, you're probably starting out with no equipment at all, and you might be thinking, well, where do I even start? Like, I don't know what to do. This is a body weight workout you could do from home. So squats, lunges, and planks, right? Those help build strength without needing a gym. So you could do body weight squats, 30-second planks, and lunges. So 3 sets of 10 with the lunges and the squats, and then 3 sets of 30 seconds with the planks, okay? And I always recommend circuit style workouts with short rests to keep your heart rate up, but also to not have you super exhausted or, out of breath to the point where you feel like you're gonna pass out. And I have follow along workouts on my YouTube page. Like, I have more follow along style workouts where I add rest in between, and these are workouts that I personally do myself, and I still do to this day. Now let me give you guys a little example of what my workout would be on leg day. So my leg day would be, because I use dumbbells, I would do squats 3 sets of 10, I would do lunges 3 sets of 10, hip thrust 3 sets of 10, and then Bulgarian split squats on each leg 3 sets of 10. And I will end that workout with a 30-minute walk on the treadmill. I might do incline depending on how I feel. If I do incline, I'll do incline between 5 to 7, speed 2.5, for a total of 30 minutes, okay? And that is a simple, easy workout for me. I used to do HIIT workouts, high intensity interval training, at the end of every single workout. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I found that I was overworking myself. And honestly speaking, I was kind of burning off my curves because I was doing too much every single day. And it's not just about the physical, I was also overly exhausted. I would do it because my anxiety, and it helped calm me down. But once I got into walking, I found that, okay, if I want to do cardio every single day because it helps me calm down, on the days where I'm not doing HIIT, let me do some walking. And that is a lot more calm and mellow for me, and it also helped me heal and recover faster too. I feel like walking does something to my body where it just naturally feels like the soreness is just leaving my body. I don't know why, especially if it's no incline. That's one of my favorite things to do. So on the days where you're lifting heavy, I always recommend walking afterwards, like to kind of like, you know, stretch your body out. But also, like, I don't recommend doing HIIT workouts after you're lifting heavy, or even after you're doing a really heavy leg workout, just because I don't want it to be too much on your body. So if you're doing a super heavy leg day, or if you're just doing like an intense leg day in general, I always recommend, if you want to do cardio that day, just walk. Or even if you just want to walk outside for 10 minutes or walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes and not 30 minutes, that is fine as well, okay? Now, where the HIIT workouts come in, I do HIIT workouts on the day where that's the only body, I'm working full body pretty much. I'm not doing legs separately or my upper body separately. I'm just doing a HIIT style workout. All the cardio workouts on my page are HIIT style flat stomach workouts. Those are the HIIT workouts. So a HIIT workout example would be, let's say we have 3 workouts we're doing in reps. So jumping jacks, burpees, and high knees. Those are the 3 workouts we're going to be doing, right? I do those in rounds. So let's say I do 5 rounds, 30 seconds each round. That is a full-blown workout, and that will be my whole workout for that day, honestly speaking, because burpees work my upper body and my core, high knees work my legs in a way, and jumping jacks is a form of cardio. All that is cardio pretty much, and it just like works my full body, and that is like a full day of working out for me. Simple and straight to the point, and it's really, really quick. That's why I like HIIT workouts, because they're so fast and quick and straight to the point, but I do them like 3 to 2 times a week. And then, like I said, I also like walking. Walking, though, I do that for a little bit longer, like 30 to 40 minutes, just because it's not as intense. But even if you just starting as a beginner, all you could do is just walk for 5 minutes. That is better than nothing. You know, just get your body moving. Make it goals to work your way up when it comes to walking. There's so many different things you could do with that. If you invest in a treadmill, you could do like incline. That'll increase the intensity of the workout. There's so many different forms of walking you could do, and you are literally burning off fat without stressing your body out too much. Okay, so that is my favorite thing to recommend to beginners, or just people in general, women in general. If you're struggling to lose fat, try to get into walking mixed with HIIT workouts. So I would add in HIIT style workouts if you are a beginner. Just if you're new to HIIT, I would add that in once a week, and then walk the rest, and then slowly add it in twice a week, just to see how your body, you know, likes it, or to see if you like it in general. Whatever form of cardio you enjoy, whatever form of working out you enjoy. Even if you like dancing, you could start doing that. It's really all about what works for you and what works for your body, okay? Now, speaking of our body and what works for us, the next thing, like I said before, I was talking about what you consume. Also, what you are consuming liquid-wise, okay? The worst thing you could do is drink your calories. And trust me, I've been there. I used to be addicted to soda, and it's still a struggle for me not to drink soda all the time. Honestly speaking, soda has so much sugars in it, so many calories. It literally causes our bloating. And a lot of us want to lose belly fat. We want to have a flat stomach, right? The sodas we're drinking is causing the bloating, it's causing the inflammation, it's causing all those type of things to happen to our body. So we have to cut it out, okay? We have to just find alternatives, like the sodas you're drinking, the juices you're drinking, all that stuff that contains so much sugar. Drinking it is so much worse, because drinking it, you're literally drinking more of it. Like, you're drinking more than you're eating, because if you eat a food, at least you'll get full from it. You're drinking soda, you could drink a whole 2 things of soda without getting super duper full. You just drink so much sugar, you know what I mean? More sugar than what would be in just 1 cake. So I always give alternatives. So if you're the type of person where you just like soda because you like the fizziness of it, invest in sparkling waters, okay? They have flavorful ones. They have ones that like lime flavored sparkling waters that give you that, like, you know, feel of soda. If you like soda, if you like juices just because the juiciness of it, invest in smoothies. Yes, smoothies do contain some type of sugar, but it's a lot less sugar than what would be in like a juice from like the store. You know, you could make your own smoothies from home too. It's a lot less sugar. Like, you could do coconut water, for for the base, and then you could have frozen fruit of your choice. So I do pineapple and I do mangoes, and I mix that together in a blender, and it is perfect for me. I add ice to it, maybe too, if it's not cold enough for me. That's a perfect mix for me, and that's barely any sugar. The only sugar is coming from the fruit, and every single fruit has natural sugars in it. So that's like my favorite thing to do. Like if I'm craving juice, I'm obsessed with smoothies now. So I literally replaced it. I replaced my sodas with sparkling waters if I'm craving soda, and I replaced the juice with smoothies if I'm craving smoothies. Now, this does not mean that you need to replace your water. You still need to get water in. Just because you're drinking sparkling water, I always recommend to add in regular water into your life, okay? Because yes, it's sparkling water, but for some reason I still feel like it's not real water, even though it kind of is. I like to recommend drinking water, like straight up water, no flavor. If you want to add lemon to that, add a lemon to it, but you need to make sure you're drinking water throughout the day, okay? If you have to have some flavor to it, add a lemon in it, lemon water, whatever that is, but you need to make sure you're drinking a gallon of water a day. I know that might be hard for some, and I still struggle sometimes. Some days I'm not drinking a gallon every single day, but I make it a goal to at least know, okay, I drink water today, okay? If you're going a whole day without drinking any regular water, that's a problem, and I used to be there too. So make it a goal for you to, you know, slowly start to incorporate water more into your lifestyle. Even if it's not a gallon a day, start with like a bottle that's like a gallon bottle where it has like lines on it, and just set goals like, okay, I want to get here today, I want to get to this level, and eventually you'll get to a gallon in a day, and it'll be nothing for you, okay? Something that helps me is I started drinking water like earlier on in the day, so that way late at night I'm not trying to hurry up and chug down water and then I'm up all night because I gotta use the bathroom. So I literally like start as soon as I wake up, and I drink it throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? And I also make sure I have water with each and every meal. So I'm eating 3 meals a day. I'm snacking throughout the day sometimes, like snacking in between meals. Healthy snacks, of course, but snacking in between meals. I'm drinking water with my snacks. I'm drinking water with my meals. A glass of water. So I'm making sure I'm getting the water intake. A gallon of water is equivalent to 8 glasses of water. So you got this. It's not hard. It's not as hard as it seems. It's not as much as it seems. You need to make sure you're getting your water intake in. That helps kill off the bloating. It helps kill off the inflammation. And it helps kind of get rid of just the overall like nasty feeling we have in our stomach. And it helps with your digestion too. If you struggle with digestion issues, a lot of it has to do with not drinking enough water, okay? So that is always a game changer. Now, the next thing, speaking of what you're consuming, when it comes to snacking, okay? I talked about this a little bit earlier where I said eating meals will stop you from snacking too much. It will, but of course, throughout the day, some of us do crave snacks. I always recommend to try to find the healthier alternatives of snacks. Now, of course, anything you consume in large amounts is never good. It's never gonna have a good outcome. But if you just need something to like snack on, I always recommend my favorite snacks to get now, I like pretzels, yogurts, and rice cakes with nut butter spread. Those are my 3 go-to snacks. And I don't really need a lot of different snacks because throughout the day, like I said, I'm gonna try my best not to snack too much because the meals I'm eating are already giving me enough and it's already filling enough for me. I'm usually not super duper hungry in between my meals. So those are like my go-to snacks that I like. Of course, I do it in moderation. So I'm not eating the whole bag of pretzels. I'm putting it on a plate and that'll be a snack for me, okay? So really try to balance it out when it comes to your snacks. But like I said, if you are eating full filling meals that are actually nourishing your body and doing what it's supposed to do, filled with proteins and veggies and fiber, you will be fine. You probably won't be super duper hungry to snack throughout the day anyways. So the next thing that I wrote down is consistency and your mindset. Now this is one of the most important things, honestly speaking, because if you don't have a good mindset, you're not going to be wanting to do this journey at all. You're not even going to be motivated to eat healthy. Now, speaking of motivation is terrible to rely on. You need to rely on discipline, okay? And I know that sounds miserable, but it really isn't. If something is in your routine, like let's say, for example, you wake up every day, you brush your teeth. That shouldn't be something that's miserable for you. At this point, we kind of want to do it, right? You don't want to walk around with bad breath every day. Make it to where that's how working out, that's how like eating healthy is for you. Where it's like on the days where you're not doing it, on the days where you're not eating healthy, you're like, dang, like I really want to be eating healthy right now. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you woke up, right, and you went your whole day without brushing your teeth, that whole day you will probably be thinking about it like, dang, like I need to brush my teeth, I need to brush my teeth. That should be like how fitness is. Not in an anxiety way, but in a way where it's like you feel off when you're not going the right path. You feel off when you're not eating right. You feel off when you're not working out consistently like you should be. I'm not saying overwork yourself and work out every single day, but that should be majority of your days. You should be like spending it getting movements in. You should be spending it eating filling meals that are full of nutritious things that's not gonna like damage our body, that's good for our body, that's gonna fuel you, you know? So once you change that mindset and make it to where this becomes a habit, it will really become a habit for you, okay? In the beginning, it's not going to be easy, but slowly as you get used to it, if you just push through that first month of this, just push through and like force, kind of like you have to kind of fight those emotions, fight the negativity in your mind, feeling like I can't do this. You have to fight through that and just push yourself. Trust me and believe me, this will become a habit. You'll just be used to, it'll be so easy for you after that. After the first month or two, the habit will create. And you will be able to just, you know, live this lifestyle without feeling like you're being punished or without feeling like it's miserable. You know, that's why in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how you should not do crash diets, or you shouldn't try to do like starving yourself or overworking yourself, because that never lasts, you know, and it's, for one, it's terrible to do to your mental health, but that never lasts. If you're doing something for a quick fix, when you get to your goal, after that, you're going to fall off because you were just looking at it like a quick fix. I want you guys to look at this like a lifestyle change, like a journey, like something that you actually like are adding to your life, like something that is going to be with you forever. And that's what will help you along this journey, along this process. Understanding that it is a journey that's going to take time, yes, but it's still a lifestyle change, okay? And it is a beautiful thing. Being a healthy person is beautiful. You're going to live a long life. You're going to live a healthy life. You're going to be in shape. You're going to be a baddie. You're already a baddie now, but you're going to even be more of a baddie because you're going to be a disciplined baddie. You're going to be a baddie that works out. You're going to be a baddie that eats healthy, okay? You are that girl, okay? And you're going to become even more that girl once you get to that level. You know what I'm trying to say? So here is the screenshot for you guys. The screenshot, let me get out the way. Yeah, I don't want to be, if you guys don't want my face in it, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. So yeah, you can screenshot that. And yeah, so that was the overview of the lesson. If you guys just want a screenshot to have on your phone to remind you, please do not forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next time. Comment down below some suggestions, some videos that you would like to see, some questions you have that you want me to answer. And yeah, have a great, amazing week. Bye.